Good evening. We are Regroup for Change.
For change.
I am Oliver Green, and I am half of Regroup for Change.
And I am Marquita Green, the other half of Regroup for Change. Oh, I did the half late.
Okay. So, we're going to go on ahead and get started. We are Regroup for Change, and the point of these videos is to get you more acquainted with us and what it is that we do. You've seen our posts, you've seen some of the things that we've done, and I'm pretty sure you've asked, because people have asked us, what do you do? Regroup for Change is an entity that helps individuals, families, and companies move from being stuck
to becoming unstuck. So we help them to regroup, hence Regroup for Change, and shift from being ineffective beings or entities
to effective. And that is Regroup for Change. So yes, we wrote a book, but we are not just about finances. Because with finances, there are other things that go along with it. If you have a family, if you have a job,
it's maintaining those things, not just having them, but what he's saying is if you have a family, there are other issues within the family structure, things to discuss during your marriage, things dealing with parenting, blended families. There are other dynamics than just finances. And if you have a job, you need to maintain that job so that you can balance your finances.
All those things. So we were challenged. I was challenged by somebody. Hey, Marvin. Namely, my other half, to do a video, 100 videos, a 100 video challenge from the 22nd to the 30th.
22nd of September
to the 30th of December. So each week we're going to tackle a different topic, and as you see in the comment section, we are going to, today's Sunday Sprint is about perspective. And what is perspective?
One's ideas of something. I didn't look it up. Always Google stuff. It's how somebody believes something to be. What you think something is, not necessarily reality, but just in your own mind, how you see something, what you believe something to be, and how you respond to that thing based on what your mind has formulated.
Now let's think about it. We've all made assumptions. You can say that you haven't, but we are about being real with ourselves. That's where it starts. We've all made assumptions. So we see somebody and we perceive that because they don't look like they have anything going on or there's nothing wrong, that everything's good. We perceive because they have a fancy car, they have a nice house, they're always out and they're doing things, that they're well off. And the reality very well may be that they are living for you. They are living for the Joneses. They are living based upon what they want you to think is going on.
And it may not even be living. It's just that they're posting what they want you to think. And we're thinking more of social media. Mm-hmm. We are in such a strong social media world right now that we look at what people are posting on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and what's being out there. And so we think that these people are living these lives that we see in these social media mediums, but the reality is that's just what they're putting out there. That's one little snapshot of what they may or may not be living that they put in the world. How many of you take selfies and take 5 to 10, maybe even 20 selfies before you actually post one?
You got to get the right one. You can't.
That's exactly my point. So you got to get the right one. And so what you're posting isn't necessarily the reality of what happened in the moment. It's the reality that you wanted somebody to believe. You wanted to give somebody a perspective, a false perspective of what was going on in that moment. So you are trying to control the mind, the story, the perspective.
So we were talking about this based upon
12 Angry Men.
Yeah, so it's a, I don't know if you've seen it. It's a movie, it's a play, it's a book.
All of it.
And Marquita sent me the email and said, "Would you be interested?" And I was like, real quick, I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And then she sent it to Logan and Madison, and apparently when she sent it to them, they were like, "Yes, let's go." So we were able to get 4 tickets to the play, and the play was last night. Ticket prices were how much?
26.
All right, so 26, not for 4, 26 per person. So one would perceive that 26 times 4 is what?
104.
That we spent $104. But let me tell you how it works. Remember that inner circle that you have? You may have heard me talk about it before. When you surround yourself around the right people will do the right things for you. And yesterday's family date night cost all of
$13.24.
And that wasn't the
No,
ticket.
it was no 24 cents. It was just $13.
Really? Oh, I thought I saw some change.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe I tipped a little extra.
You didn't already took it. She didn't already killed it for me. But that was dinner. And another perspective.
And we all 4 ate. It wasn't like we were sharing a meal.
Logan, Madison, Oliver, and Marquita went out to eat last night after the play. That was free because her job had free tickets. Job sent an email, said, "Do you want to go?" She said, "Yes, I need 4. 4 tickets were at will call." We went out to dinner, and Logan had a free birthday dinner. Marquita had a free birthday dinner. Madison had a free birthday dinner. Only person that didn't, because I'm born in the awesome month of January, was Oliver. So on top of the extras and what have you, it's $13. And we've heard time and time again, she's heard it, I've heard it, we've read it together, we've seen it. I can't. From single parents to married couples to, I can't. But you can. Once you take the can't out of that situation and you understand that you have to create your own perspective. You have to create your own situation. And you can't be worried about what it looks like on the outside.
That's right.
And we didn't post the family picture to boast or to show off. It's simply to say these are the things that need to happen.
That we believe needs to happen.
That we believe
they're
needs to
important for
happen.
our family structure. Experiences, opportunities, exposure is what we thrive off of, and what we believe is important.
And
for
we'll
our
get
girls.
into that in the next 100 days at some point. But that's what's important to us, and you have to know. You, the individual, have to know where you're going. So you have to have vision, and you, the individual, have to know that. In order to have vision, you have to write it down. And you have to know what's important to you. So I think Marquita calls them the core values. Used to be a point in time, she'd ask me and I'm like, I don't know. I thought I knew, but I don't know. But when you're put on the spot, you don't know. But you have to know what's important to your family. And one of the things that's important to us is exposure. And I've always said, since we've been in Florida, you can't say that you don't like it if you've never done it. So the kids played soccer, so they'll never be able to say, I don't like it. They played soccer for like 4 or 5 years. Kiara, Logan, and Madison. They've played baseball. They've gymnastics. Like, we've exposed them to things for them to say, yeah, that's not for me. We've eaten things that they can say, I don't like that. I've never had escargot until I went on a cruise. That I had never gone on a cruise before. So I went on a cruise and had escargot, and I'm like, I'm good.
Because we began to shift our perspective. So we don't want to stay on the exposure because, as he said, we'll talk about that another time. Today is about perspective. So we were able to expose them to those things because of our perspective, our mindset, because we believed that these things were important. We believed that these core values were going to lend themselves to their growth process. And so it didn't matter what everybody else had going on. No, we weren't able to put them in private schools, but we found the right situation.
We found the right school
just for us that was within our familiar perspective.
That fit what it was that we needed. So I do want all those that are watching, and then those that'll watch the replay I need you to take a sheet of paper out, and I need you to get a pen, and I need you to write down what your core values are. I just need you to write those down. And writing your core values down will allow you to know what it is that you have to do, where it is that you have to go, who you need to surround yourself around. All of those things that I think sometimes we take for granted because we're worried about what everybody sees. And if you have a family, you have to worry about who sees you, the people that see you in your house. It doesn't make a difference what they see on the outside, because that's their perspective. So your takeaway, your homework for today is to write down what your core values are. What else? You got anything else? She really wants me just to lead these. She just sits here and looks pretty. She went and got a haircut for this.
Really?
She didn't. She didn't. So, what's up, D? Won't belabor the point. This week we're going to talk about perspective. It's just that simple. We want you to think. I want you to be able to stretch your mind beyond where you think that your mind can go. When you can stretch your mind beyond where you think your mind can go, your perspective opens up a whole lot. You open up a world that's waiting for you.
That's right.
So I am Oliver Green, and I am half of Regroup for Change. Come on.
And I am Marquita Green, the better half of Regroup for Change.
And we are here to serve you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all those that will watch the replay. Drop your questions down. Share the post. And we just look to allow you to get to know who we are so we can serve you a whole lot better. Thank you.